Now, let's come back to Kenya, and the Mombasa High Court has ordered the unfreezing of Muhuri and Haki Africa Rights Organisations bank accounts. The court termed the freezing of the accounts as a violation of the Constitution. Haki Africa and Muhuri are two human rights organisations that advocate for constitutional means to counter terrorism while observing human rights. On May 28, 2015, the non-governmental organisations coordination board attempted to deregister them, while previously on April 8th, their bank accounts were frozen. We bring in our coastal reporter Francis Ontona with the details of this story and very many other stories that are coming in from Mombasa County. Francis, thank you very much for joining us. Maybe you can tell us what informed this decision by the court to unfreeze these accounts.
Good afternoon, Reggie. We are just minutes since that particular judgment was made at the Mombasa High Court. It has been a day of jubilation for Haki Africa and Muhuri, the two human rights organizations based in Mombasa. The judgment today has lifted the banning, or rather the freezing of the accounts of the two organizations. And according to the judgment delivered by Anyura Emakule, High Court judge here in Mombasa, he says that the whole affair was unconstitutional and illegal, and he has ordered that those accounts be unfrozen immediately. There were attempts by the state prosecution to challenge this particular decision. They were asking for a stay of orders so that they are able to make an appeal later on. But a ruling was made on this particular aspect, and the High Court judge Emakule said that it will be an infringement of their rights now that they have been granted the freedom now to start operations. It has been jubilation from the stakeholders, the associates of these two organizations who now say that they have now a better platform to start pressing for their cause here in Mombasa. You remember the two organizations had been linked with acts of terrorism, and particularly they were linked by the Al-Shabaab terror group, and they were said to be financiers and masterminders, something that has been challenged in court. And today it is indeed a huge day for the two organizations who have declared that they are ready to commence their operations almost immediately here in Mombasa. Earlier on, there were also another case that was being followed closely, and it is everything to do with the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education examination. 12 persons were yesterday arrested by police officers over an examination leakage syndicate. And today the 12 were arraigned before a Mombasa High Court here, and they have been slapped with a 500,000 shillings bond each, and therefore means that because they could not be able to raise that amount, they have been taken back to custody. It is something that has generated a lot of heat even as the examinations continue here in Mombasa, Betty.
Right, thank you very much, Francis Ontoma. They're reporting from Mombasa County. They've been up to speed with the ongoings from the High Court this morning. The Haki Africa Rights Organization and Muhuri Kenya, the accounts have been unfrozen. If you remember earlier on this year, the accounts were frozen following, issues to do with links to do with the terror group Al-Shabaab, but they have been cleared as the court has termed the freezing of the accounts as a violation of the Constitution. We'll keep you updating on this developing story.